Here are some examples of add underscores in action. If we call add underscores on the string hello, then we get another string where the consecutive letters are now separated by underscores. On the other hand, if we call add underscores on just a single character string, then I wouldn't expect anything to change, because the docstring says there's an underscore between each pair of characters. Now let's write the body of this function using a string accumulator, which I'll call acc, and which starts off as the empty string. So for each character in S, we would like to add that character to the accumulator and then put an underscore after that, so that when we add the next letter, there will be an underscore separating the two consecutive letters. This one's a bit tricky, so let me show you what I mean. But also print out the accumulator at each step. And before we go any further, let's try running that on an example. So add underscores hello. We can see that the accumulator is indeed accumulating a letter plus an underscore at each iteration of the loop, which is basically what we wanted. It might be tempting to just say, well, return the accumulator. But notice that there's a subtle difference between what the final value of the accumulator is and what we expected to happen. Luckily, there's an easy way to fix that. All we have to do is drop the last character of the accumulator and return everything else. And so this is actually a good reminder of indexing and slicing. This syntax means we start with accumulator and we take everything from the beginning all the way to the last character, that's what the -1 means, but we don't include the last character. So let's run that. Notice that the return value is indeed correct. And let's try our second example here. The loop ran once, it produced a underscore, but we only took the a. And finally, now that we're confident that our function works correctly, let's remove the extraneous print statement. Print statements like this are often helpful when we want to understand what our code is doing, but they should be removed in the final version of the code, because the function description only says that you return a string. It doesn't say anything at all about printing out the intermediate steps.